Hi, in this session you'll learn about the basic structure of a CSS rule and how comments can be inserted in CSS. Fundamental feature of CSS is its ability to apply certain formatting rules to an entire set of element types in a document. For example, if you want to make all the H2 tags appear orange in color, make them look italic, make 18 pixels as their font size, and set Arial as the font family, then CSS allows you to create a rule that can be applied to all the occurrences of H2 elements in your HTML pages and change H2's default look. The rule written in CSS for styling the H2 element will look like this. Now, let's understand the structure of the CSS rule in detail. Each rule has two fundamental parts: the selector and the declaration block. The declaration block is composed of one or more declarations, and each declaration is a pairing of a property and value, and sometimes more than one value. The declarations reside in the opening and closing flower braces, and every declaration ends with a semicolon. We can start the new declaration after the semicolon. The last declaration may not end with a semicolon. Every style sheet is made up of a series of rules. Let me break down the rule about styling the H2 element we saw before and explain the structure of a CSS rule. Here, H2 is the selector and part of the document which will be affected by the rule. Other part of the rule is the opening and closing parentheses and the declarations in them, which is known as the declaration block. This block has some declarations. Every declaration is ending with a semicolon. If we break down the declaration further, you can observe a property value pair. Now in this example, color is the property and orange is the value assigned to it. Font is the property. 18 pixels and Arial is the value assigned to it. Font style is the property and italic is the value assigned to it. So, in this way, we can have several rules written in the CSS document which will reflect on the HTML page. Now, let me show how comments can be added in a CSS document. You can insert comments in CSS to explain your code. Like HTML comments, CSS comments will be ignored by the browser. A CSS comment begins with /* and ends with */. Comments can appear before or within rule sets as well as across multiple lines. They can also be used to comment out entire rules or individual declarations. This example on your screen shows different ways comments can be added to a CSS document. I would recommend that you should always practice adding relevant comments to your CSS documents. So, this is all about structure of a CSS rule and comments in CSS. I end this session here, and please post your queries if any. Thank you.